Good morning and welcome to the Craft Room. I'm Ellie Barnes. I'm glad you can join me this morning. We're going to do something a little bit more fun today. I'm going to look at some Christmas cards that have a bit of humour in them. And we're going to use one of Stampin' Up's sets called Dear Santa. And so let's jump straight down to the desk and I'll show you what we've got to do. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. Let's get down to the desk. So let's just switch it around. And I'll pop this little wedge in here, and that helps hold things firmly normally. Oh, not today. There we go. So this is the stamp set I want to use today. It's called Dear Santa. It's got some great images. It's someone, a kid skate. It's all kids. Kids skating. Have an ice Christmas. Play on words here. Decorating a tree. Always love hanging with you. Writing the Christmas list, Dear Santa. Eating some cookies. Hope your holidays are sweet. So let's get started. I'm going to do 3 different cards and I'm going to use the gold dipped cards and envelopes. And I'm also going to use some of the images out of the Joyful Image ephemera pack. So this card, first card we're going to do is the red card. So we'll just give this a bit of a fold. And we'll fold over our envelope. Makes it really easy when you start with a card that's already done and half decorated, doesn't it? Now I'm actually going to start on this side. I'm going to tear. This is the paper that's come out it's the normal colour on one side and a lighter version on the other side. So it's very similar. If I brought my blends over, the dark and the light, it matches in with those. So I'm going to use, and I'm just going to, for ease, use this side. And I'm just going to tear right down. Actually, we'll go right down. And then I'm going to tear a second one, but this one I'm tearing from this side. Oh, I've done that from the wrong side. Oh, I'll have to use it again. What I'll do is we'll use this bit. And we can use this bit as well. So I'm going to cut it so it's straight. There's always a way around it. So what I want to do, this bit looks quite nice here. I'm going to get that off and cut this piece. Like so. And I'm going to get this piece. It's a bit wide for what I want. I might cut it down again. We will, actually, if I cut it here, see, this is where you're just going on the fly. You're making it up as you go. I'll cut it here. And I'm going to tear it. No, I'm going to cut it back a bit. This is easier, quicker. We'll cut it another bit off it. So that it's not as wide. So we'll get rid of those pieces. And I am going to then glue these 2 together. Like so. So I'll just put a line of glue down here. And put this one on top. And then I'm going to glue on the table, glue them onto the card, like so. So while that dries, let's get our white cardstock in and our stamp mat. We're going to stamp our little girl eating her... Oh, that's a bit dark. We'll try again. That's a bit light. So I've just inked up my stamp pad, can you tell? We'll go with the first. Oh, we can go with the second or the first. It's very juicy, the stamp pad. Now, we're going to colour the girls. We'll go with this one. I'm using the blends. And I'm just going to colour in her pants, striped. And the heart on her top. And then I'm going to give it a really dark hair colour. So that was Real Red. This one is Pecan Pie. And both of them are the darker version. And we'll get that done. And I'm going to use crumb cake for the cookies, or the biscuits, whichever you call them. We're getting a bit American, aren't we, here, with the term cookies. And I'm going to go back to the Real Red. She's got a little edge on her jumper, so on her sleeve, so I've got to colour them in. And then on the cookie tray, on this end, that'll do. I'm using the light red. That end's not working for me. And for her skin, we have one of the flesh colours. This is the SU 1000. And her shoes, I'm going to do brown. Same colour as her hair. And her tongue, we will do pink. I didn't check if we're going live in the right place. We're halfway through a card and I haven't even checked that. Aren't I slack today? So there's my girl, my young girl with her cookies. Now I'm going to, we don't have dies with this, but she's pretty easy to fussy cut out. We'll just follow along, leaving a small amount of white. And when you're fussy cutting, of course, you'll hold your scissors in place and just slowly close them and move. your paper. And nearly there. And she's done. So let's start assembling this card. Now what I'm going to do is I want to put some ribbon around this end bit. And I want enough, I'll get this mat out of the road, I want enough to tie a bow. So let's allow that, maybe a little bit more. Now these cards are cute. They'd be cute for anyone, to give to anyone, but they'd be great to give to kids. Right. There's our bow, a bit big, but that's okay because we can trim. So there's that right over to the edge. And I'm going to put this cup here, and we'll just glue that on. This cup of hot chocolate, or I'm not sure. It's got cinnamon sticks in it. And we're going to pop dimensionals on this young lady. But before I do, I'm going to bring in the pecan pie, which is the same colour as her hair. And I'm going to stamp I should put my mat back so I get a good stamp. Hope your holidays are sweet. Don't want you moving out too far. We'll trim this. And we'll pop her on with dimensionals. Now I've got a little one here to put down on the plate and a couple of big ones for the body. Maybe 3 for the body. And maybe another little one on her legs so she stays upright. And we'll pop her on. For the inside of the card, I'm going to pop this. It's not quite cookies. I don't have actual cookies, but I think it goes all right. So I'm just going to pop that on the inside there with a bit of glue. So the inside isn't completely blank, and it brings the gold and the red and the browns in. to the centre of the card. So that's just going there. And to finish this card, we're going to add some bling, and I'm using that ribbon was the iridescent, what do they call that? The iridescent, it's not lined, what are they? Striped trim. And I'm using the iridescent faceted gems also. So I'm just going to pop a few of these around. Might pop one up the top here and one down here. And that's it for that card. So one card down. Let's have a look at what we can do for the next card. I'm going to bring in a different colour. We'll have a look at the garden green colour card. And again, we'll just fold this. As I said, by using these cards, it makes life so much easier and quicker. So we'll have that way. And our envelope. And I'm going to bring in this stamp and some trees. And we'll bring in some garden green ink. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do some stamping off. Now we've talked about stamping off before. Stamping off is when you stamp it once onto spare paper and then you stamp it on here. And I'm going to do the same down this end, like so. Oh, now inside the card, I'm going to use the same stamp, so I'll do that. I should be stamping on the stamp mat, shouldn't I? We'll just stamp down the bottom, along the bottom. Look at that. I've got ink on my finger. I've now made a big smudge in the card. Oh, well. They'll know it's handmade, won't they? And we'll put one more in here. So that's the inside of the card along with its big smudge. And there's the outside. I'm going to get the white paper and we'll do it on this side. We'll put this aside for a minute and we'll stamp these children decorating a Christmas tree, a very sparse Christmas tree. And let's put some colour into that. So I'm going to give the boy some blue jeans. And we'll give him some brown hair. And we'll make his shoes brown. Now for his jumper, because we're working with green, I'm bringing in Granny Apple Green for his shirt. Oh, that's a bit soft on the end. We'll use this brush, this side. And I'm going to put some green into his hat too. We'll give him a light green pom-pom. And we'll bring some dark green in. This is this is garden green. We don't have a blend for garden green, so I'm just using a marker. And he's got little cuffs as well. And for his skin, of course, we've got... Oh, I'm trying to look at what we've got here. That's his hand. And his face. A bit of a tummy there with his belly button. And his other hand. Now for the young lady, let's give her some brighter colours. Let's make her red. So I'm going to use the light red for the dress. And her socks. And dark red trim and shoes. Her hair, I'm going to use the crumb cake to give her light coloured hair. And that lovely long plait. And then it's just a matter of colouring her skin. And for the tree, we better do something for the tree. We'll just put, again, the darker colour, the darker brown, which is the pecan pie, on the base. And what about bringing in each of the colours for the balls? So we've got some red. He can be holding a red, and we'll put one there. And we've got some blue. So we could put a blue there. Oh. A blue there. And there. And some green. And there we have them. So let's cut these two out. And again, we're just following around the image, moving the paper. Are you ready for Christmas? I think I can say I'm finally got things ready. The Christmas cards and letters went in the post yesterday. The final bit of shopping was done yesterday. Haven't organised the food. The food we will do closer to the day. But all the presents are now wrapped. Now I've got something gone wrong here. That's better. Start talking and not concentrating. Hi Liz, good to see you again this morning. These cards don't take long because half of it's prepared for you. The longest bit is the colouring and cutting out. And that doesn't even take that long, I don't think. Well, I don't feel like it's taking that long. Got to get rid of that bit, it's getting in the road. Get up, round the plait. Right, we have her cut out, or them cut out. I'm actually going to take the garden green again and some paper because I want a bit of greenery behind them. So I'm going to just use, don't want it too heavy. Can you see what I'm doing? Maybe not, if I don't move it up into view. So I'm just putting some greenery around there, some green, with my blending brush. And I'm going to take I need to make sure I allow room for my ribbon. So that needs to be there. And I'm going to stamp. Oh, and it's crooked, but that doesn't matter. It actually looks all right. You just go with the flow. She says and laughs. So we're doing the same. I'm putting ribbon on each of the cards. This one, I might tie a bow on this one too. We'll just make sure we have plenty. It's easier to cut a little bit off than not have enough when you're tying a bow. Oh, come on. Right up the top. Get that out of the road. Get that out of the road. Now, I have my set way on how I have to do my knot so that I can get my bow to work. And that is to take the one on, make the left hand one go out the bottom, tie a loop and go around. And the left hand loop becomes the right hand loop then. It's a bit loose. The other one was a bit loose, and that's because I didn't do a second knot. And I will this time, because it was a bit loose. And that holds it tight while I do my bow. I won't trim that till I put these two guys on. I'll bring the dimensionals back in. Oh, does that fit? I think so. Quite a few. Keep it all sitting up. Another one here. And we'll put one of these little ones actually here. One of the side pieces. So let's get all those off. Can't do too many dimensionals at once. About 6 is my limit. And these guys are going to go here. So we can trim this now. And bring in our bling. Or I might put some smaller ones up here, maybe here. I might use a couple of big ones down the bottom this time. Maybe one here. And maybe all here. How's that? And that's that card done with its messy inside, but we've got it done. So card 2. Let's get card 3 done. Now card 3, I'm using blue. So these sets of cards and envelopes come in these 3 colours. And I just think this makes a nice little set. Now, for this one, I'm going to first of all bring in, I'm actually using a stamp from the Sending Love series. I'm going to use a couple of stamps from that. And I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. And get him all inked up. And he's going to go about here. And then I'm going to bring in this sheet to stamp off. And this one. So there's my postmark and my letterbox. I've got some envelopes here that we will use in a minute, but before we go any further, we need one of the girls. And we're going to use this young lady. And she's writing a letter to Santa. And it's a big, long list. So let's add some colour to her. We'll give her the light coloured hair. So again, we're using Crumb Cake. And then we're going to give her blue jeans. And she's going to have a red top. And I'm going to use the lighter coloured red about. And we'll give her some dark brown shoes. And all that's left is to colour her skin. Oh, and her tongue. It looks to me like her tongue's sticking out the side of her mouth. My daughter used to do that when she was little. When she was little and concentrating, her tongue would go out the side of her mouth. It was very cute. And there she is, all coloured in. So let's cut her out. Put that aside. Get rid of these two. Oh, nearly there. It's a big long list she has. Sometimes you just got to cut the edge of the paper off because it gets in your road. Right. Now she's going to fit in here. And I'm going to put one envelope underneath her. I'm going to put one envelope here. And I am going to try with this pen to give myself a little bit of a guideline, because I'm going to cut that so it looks like it's coming out of the letterbox. Is that sort of right? Looking okay, I think. I know it's a bit big. We might cut a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom. I might even cut a little bit off that side. That looks pretty good. I just need to cut a little bit off that corner. And it does look like it's coming out of that box. I think so. I think we'll get away with that. So let's glue those two pieces on. Oh, all the glue in one spot. What we can do is take some of that glue and put it on there. So we'll put this one here. Oh, I've got glue on the front of him. And we'll put this one here. I'm just going to wipe those bits of glue off. And try not to wipe your ink where you've stamped, because that will come off. And then we're going to put her over that envelope. So we'll grab some dimensionals. And I'll grab a little one as well for that long list. And grab the pick. And we'll pop her on here as she's fiercely writing away. Now, I'm also going to add in the words Dear Santa. And inside, I'm going to put in a couple of stamped envelopes. And Dear Santa on the top here. So that's the inside done. With the outside, we're going to put some ribbon on it. When I find where I put it here. Cut that there. And we'll do a double knot so it doesn't slip and get loose again. And we'll tie our bow. Little bit of zhooshing to get the bow in the right place. And we'll trim this one and this one. Actually, that one might be all right. We'll just trim it a little bit and give it a bit more of an angle. And of course, we'll finish off with some bling. When I find where I pop the bling, I pop to the side. just put my hand on the ink. I've got some more over here. We'll grab this lot. So we will start with, I think we'll use little ones again. And I'll pop one here and one here. One over here. One up here. And I reckon one up the top here. And that's our third card done. So these are our cards that we've done today. We've done one of each. So we have our hanging, always love hanging with you with off the set. The only one I haven't used is the ice skating one. If I bring that in, you can see. We can move everything over a bit. I didn't use the ice skating one, but I did the other three and made a little set of cards. They've all got something similar to them, but they're all completely different. So hopefully that's inspired you again, given you some ideas of what you can do, but also showed you some fun. Let's come back up to me. There we go. I think we're just about through our Christmas series. We've done so much Christmas this year, so I'm not sure that what next week will be. I think it's our last weekend before Christmas, so I might throw something Christmassy in just to get us through to the end of the year or through to the end of the season. But then we will start something new. So at the moment, I'm not back here until next Saturday. It seems strange now after doing 12 days of Christmas in a row, but you won't catch me till next Saturday. So enjoy your week and I will see you then. Keep an eye out on my page. I will put photos up of all the items I made in the 12 days of Christmas. We'll catch up with you soon. Have a good week and I will see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.